Should you shell out the money for a new car, or should you just get off your butt and fix the one you got? Let's get into it. Let me tell you my opinion as a mechanic, and should you fix it yourself, DIY style, or should you bring it to me and give me a little bit of money? Just playing. I don't work like that. I really care about customers. If you don't believe me, tune into one of my live streams, and you'll see. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Buy a new car or fix the one you have. I wanted to make this video actually because of a situation at work today. So I'm working on a Chevy Malibu 2018. The customer, she really loves this car, and unfortunately it needs a new engine. I went through a couple different checks to make sure that it was actually the engine, and I did give her the option. I can tear down until failure. We'll see what failed, but I don't rebuild it. So if it's a piston ring, cylinder wall, pistons, you're kind of SOL at that point, and you still got to do an engine and pay me for that tear down. So why don't we do an engine? I'm telling you, I know that it needs an engine. I checked the vacuum pump. I checked all these codes. I pulled the valve cover, looked at the cams, looked at this, looked at that. I know that it's something internal. I did a compression test. So I go to this customer, or I didn't go to the customer. I went to the service writer, and I'm like, hey man, it needs an engine. Shop before me had diagnosed it with an engine. I just wanted to double check and make sure. So I agreed with him. I was like, yep, it needs an engine. Sell it. And he goes, well, the problem is the lady really loves this car, but the vehicle is worth less than the amount of the repair. And, we informed the customer that, and she still wanted to go ahead with it. But now we're having engine availability issues for rebuilds, and she has quite a few other issues going on with the car. So it's going to end up turning into maybe not a can of worms, but something that we want her to be fully informed on as far as expense-wise, and as far as you have this ticket for X amount of dollars to replace your engine. It's more expensive than your car's worth. I can name 4 parts that I already looked at that are 100% bad, worn, need to be changed, that are going to add another $1,000 to that. I mean, they don't have to be changed right now. They don't have to be changed right away, but they are going to go bad, break, and leave you stranded if you don't change them. So my recommendation is buy a new car. At that point, you've exhausted all your resources. You've tried to fix the car. Go buy a new car. Go buy one off a marketplace. Go buy one off of, I don't really like dealerships that much, but that's beside the point. Go buy one off of somebody like that. So, what is the circumstances where you should fix the car? Well, obviously, when the repair is less than the cost of the vehicle. But there's other circumstances. There's sentimental value that goes into it. There's high vehicle value, but a rusted out frame. What do you do? I seen one a couple months ago. It was a 2017 Chevy Silverado. Had a cracked frame from rust and from seizing, just because they drop their boat in the water all the time. It gets all that water, gets all that silt on the frame, and rusted right through. Well, most shops don't do frame repairs. Some do, especially body shops or actual frame shops, but pretty expensive. There's a lot of liability that goes into it. So at that point, do you fix the frame and go ahead with the repairs? Do you buy a new car? Well, if it's a 2017, it's basically a brand new truck with 100,000 miles on it. I would want to do the repair, or at least try to fix it, because I like that truck, So I understand both sides of it. I understand even where the customer on the Malibu is coming from. I like this car. I don't want to get a different car. I've had this car for X amount of time. It's done me good. This is the only problem I've ever had with it. I want it back. Okay, 100%, and I will take care of that for you. I just need to make sure that you as the customer are informed. You as the customer have all of the information. Not even so much so you can not come back at me, but so that you can make the most informed and educated decision possible for you. I mean, anytime a customer has to come see the mechanic, it's a really poopy situation. You're going to have to spend money. You're without a car. It sucks to come and see me. And I try to understand that. I try to be reasonable in that aspect. I get it. If I was in your shoes, I'd be screwed. So I get it. But on the flip side of that, I'm still a human. I'm still a husband. I'm still a dad. I still got to eat. I still got to put food in my son and my wife's mouth. I still got to put food in my dog's mouth. I still got to get paid to fix your cars. So we got to find a happy medium. We got to find a balance. And that's what I'm hoping content does. Eventually I would like to work on viewers' cars for free and just make content about them. But that's beside the point. That is most of my opinions on it. If the car means a lot to you and it's fixable, fix it. If it doesn't mean a lot to you and is fixable, but it's more expensive than it's worth, probably don't fix it. But then there is another flip side to that as well. If you have any mechanical ability, if you have the ability to follow a YouTube tutorial step by step and learn, have some tools, have a little bit of gumption determination, you can probably save yourself a lot of money by cutting me as a mechanic out of the picture, going to YouTube, going to Google, going to even calling a mechanic and just saying, hey, can you walk me through this repair? I'll pay you $50 an hour just for talking me through it. You know, whatever that may look like, to do it yourself. Now you only have the cost of the parts. So the cost of the parts, what, $1,000 we'll say for the engine. Now you just cut out $4,000 in labor because, I mean, we'll say shop's labor rates, $200 an hour times 35 hours for an engine. I don't think the Malibu's that much. I think the Malibu's like 20. But beside the point, it's pretty expensive to have me work on your car. I mean, I don't get paid all of that. But the shop has a lot of costs. Shop has a lot of insurances. Shop has all the hoists, all the tools. Well, not all the tools. Mechanics supply the tools, but all the hoists, all the work, all the customers, the reputation build, the location. You know, the shop has all that, so they have to get paid. They have to make money. They have to be able to keep their lights on as well as make a profit because nobody's in business to lose money. So it's very expensive to go through that process. And if you believe you can do it yourself, if you believe that you know exactly what's wrong, like, yeah, man, I can hear the metal going through my engine, like, as you start it, I know it needs an engine. Or I know that I can yank the valve cover off and the heads off and look down in them cylinders and just see what's going on. I know I can do that. It's just bolts, right? So that's my recommendation. If you believe in yourself and you have some confidence, try it. Try it. I mean, the car's probably going to be scrapped anyway if it's that expensive to repair and it's not worth repairing. Try it. What's it going to hurt? You might learn something new. You might mess up, but then you might learn something new. So anyway, that's what I got. Thank you guys for hanging out.